Unfortunately, this is no April Fool's joke. Sheffield Wednesday have failed to pay their players' wages for March. It has emerged. Now, Sheffield Wednesday and transfer embargoes and points deductions are nothing new. They've faced a lot of both in recent times, and because they have failed to pay their players' wages for March, they are automatically under a transfer embargo as a result. That means that they can't sign any players, but given the fact that we're not in a transfer window right now, that's not a big deal really in itself. The problem lies in what kind of punishment they're going to get and when this is going to be resolved. Currently, Sheffield Wednesday are in 12th place in the Championship, so any kind of points deduction really is not going to, it's not going to send them down, it's not going to send them back down to League One. It would though really ruin any kind of chance that they have of getting into the playoffs. It's a bit of an outside chance as things are. They're currently in 12, like I said. There's 5 points between them and West Brom, which is, it's not insurmountable, but it's unlikely that they'll be able to overcome that in that time. But even a points deduction of 3 points, for example, that would pretty much end their hopes of being able to do so, unfortunately for them. But like I said, they are safe from relegation, so that is something, but the actual chance to go up, which admittedly is very unlikely given the quality of the teams at the top of the division, it would pretty much end any hope of that pretty much. But why has this happened? Why have Sheffield Wednesday not paid the players' wages? Well, simply put, they don't have any money. The owners of the club have blamed cash flow issues for the other businesses associated with them. Dejphon Chansiri, who I'm probably pronouncing wrong, I do apologise. I can do his last name at least, Chansiri, that's fairly easy to say. He's blamed this on cash flow issues. Basically, there's not enough cash flow coming into his other businesses. Of course, he does own the world's largest tuna business, I think it is, something like that. Basically, not enough payment has been made through to them, so therefore he can't pay the players. Now, of course, this is something that won't wash with many Wednesday fans. I don't think they're going to buy this, really, to be honest with you. And it's not the first time this has happened. If you go back to 2020-21, the end of that season, they were actually unable to be paid towards the end of that. It was settled eventually in 2021. Then remember a couple of years ago in October 2023, just after being promoted back to the Championship, Chansiri did ask the fans to raise £2 million to pay in a debt that was owed to HMRC, the tax office here in the UK. Now, in terms of a punishment that the EFL might impose upon them, there is a chance that they could get a point deduction, although it could be a suspended sentence. I'll explain more what that means in a second. So let's have a look at some previous similar cases with other clubs. Reading, they failed to pay their players back in 2023. The EFL then wanted to put a 4-point deduction on them, with another 4 points suspended. However, they only ended up having 1 point taken away from them in the end. Wigan Athletic were deducted 4 points on 2 occasions by an independent disciplinary commission back in 2023 for paying players late in March and May of that year, meaning that they started the following campaign on -8 points. So if Wednesday do that, then potentially you could be talking about at least a 4-point deduction. And this is just the first. There's no guarantee they could be paid for April either coming up. All we're going off is the word of the chairman, who, it's fair to say, has not endeared him to the support of Sheffield Wednesday fans. And let's also look at Morecambe as well. They got a suspended 3-point deduction when they failed to pay players' wages back in March 2023. So it's a bit of a mixed bag. Some of these guys, they get points deductions, some get suspended points, in fact. I would probably wager Wednesday are going to get some sort of suspended points deduction, but it all depends on how they go from here, because if they get a suspended sentence and then they in fact don't pay for April, don't pay for May, you could end up getting a multiple point deduction, and I imagine it would be 4 points for every time this does happen. And again, depending on when it's actually applied, if at the end of this season they get to the point where it's like, right, you've not paid for like 3 months here, you've not got into the playoffs, so there's no point giving you a points deduction for this season, so we're going to give you a points deduction for next season. You could end up with Wednesday potentially being on -4, -8 points or so. So yeah, unfortunately, this is a very serious matter. When I do get some more news here on the footballchronicle.com, I will of course bring it you guys. But yeah, if you're a Wednesday fan, I'm sorry, but I have to laugh at this a little bit. But I do feel for you guys, I really do, in a sense, because supporting your team right now is very difficult. But all the crap you give us over the years, it's time for me to laugh as a United fan. Simple as that. I think you guys are done for. I really do. Whether it's I don't think you're not going to go down this season, that's pretty sure, but I think in the long term, like, what is there to even support at this point? They're not even paying the players' wages again. There's no money in the club. But, you know, Reading, of course, they're looking at getting rid of their owners. Maybe the EFL might step in and try and force Chansiri to sell, but I doubt it. I doubt he actually will. But yeah, anyway, I couldn't resist. Come on. I was wearing this shirt today. I thought I might as well. Purely coincidentally, I promise you. But yeah, no April Fool's joke. This is actually really serious. But yeah, your thoughts in the comments below, guys. It's a sad state of English football in general, to be fair. They are far from the only club in this kind of trouble. Like I said, Reading, definitely another one of those. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to see more like this on thefootballchronicle.com. And yeah, see you soon, guys. And if you're a Wednesday fan, lol.